One more. I got one. You guys got?
Yeah, thank you.
The camera's a little smaller today, huh?
Yeah.
Well, the devil's got power, ooh, and don't you think, yeah. Well, the devil's got power.
Get everybody to gather around the tree, maybe.
Like no, not for your career. No. Nice and pretty professional.
No, get him
Friends, that's what friends are for.
Danny
Yeah.
walk right into someone.
Uh-oh, sorry. I can't see.
Hey there, Marty.
Hey Dan, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. How's everything?
Yeah, nice suit.
Every once in a while.
I've been up since 3:45.
Bet you're running for something.
No.
Hi, everyone. First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody here this morning for our tribute to our close friend, Jimmy Simpson. The turnout is amazing, much beyond our expectations. I do want to say this. If you have not gotten the program, we made what we thought was more than enough. It may not be. We're going to have some more right after this ceremony. So just keep that in mind and make sure you grab one. It's something you can keep and hold on to. My name is Sean McCrossum. I'm the Director of Educational Programming here at the Northwest Buffalo Community Center. And again, I want to welcome everybody here today. We're going to have a couple of speakers that will talk about Jimmy. And in addition to welcoming everybody, I want to make sure I specifically welcome members of Jimmy's family who are here today too. And I think we're going to hear a little bit from a little bit later on. Without any further ado, though, I'd like to welcome, that's going to say a few words, the president of our board of directors, Marty Grunswig. Marty?
Thank you. I just want to say one thing. Jimmy would look at this today as being a happy occasion. He wouldn't look at it as a sad occasion because that's what Jimmy was when he was working here. He was one of the most happiest guys walking through this door.
Yeah.
Every morning he was greeting people. He'd have a cup of coffee with the seniors. He'd bring the bread back for the seniors. He'd do all that good stuff. And I think that's what we remember Jimmy most for, his helpfulness. Sean, myself, we both started working with Jimmy here in 1975 when the community center opened up. We've been together that long. And over the years, we formed a relationship. We weren't always together, but we all had kind of the same mindset, basically promoting the community center and making it a better place. So in general, I think also I was thinking this morning a little bit about Jimmy on the way over here. You know, he was the first true environmentalist that we have around Northwest Buffalo Community Center. He rode a bike everywhere. He never drove a car, right? He never bought a gallon of gas unless Larry made him buy a gallon of gas for the lawnmower. And he wasn't too happy about that because the snowblower was like 2 snowblowers, brand new, sitting in the corner, and Jimmy be out here shoveling. So as far as environmentalism and all that good stuff,
right.
he was about 20, 30 years ahead of his time.
That's right.
But I think we all remember Jimmy as a great mentor to the children, a helper to the senior citizens. He would go to their homes, help them out when they needed assistance from their, his knowledge of them working in the back and so forth. So in general, I think overall he was a great guy for the center, loyal to the center. I think he was almost, if he would have stuck around, he probably would have been almost a 50-year employee, but I think
That's
he
right.
did 35, 36 years here. So anyway, I think we should remember him in a happy light. I think that's what he would be looking for. So
That's right.
Thanks for all coming today, and it's nice seeing you all, and look forward to seeing this side talk a little bit more. Thank you.
Great, Marty. Thank you
All
very
right.
much. I appreciate those kind words. And again, if we remember Jimmy, I mean, Jimmy celebrated life every day. I mean,
right.
nobody had more fun
Yep.
than what he did than Jimmy. Our next speaker, I'd like to introduce our Executive Director of Northwest Buffalo Community Center, Larry Pernick.
Yeah, a lot of people know that I was Jimmy's boss, but today I'm here as Jimmy's friend. Jimmy was very welcome to each and every person in the building, and really was respected throughout the building. When you think about Jimmy, and Marty kind of summed it all up, you know, Jimmy was a good guy. Jimmy went around this place, he connected with people, and was liked by all. So I think about Jimmy even now. His hard a year had passed that I don't walk into the building, open the doors, and hear Jimmy's voice for the first day.
Good man.
Really hear Jimmy really was a positive influence. We deal with a lot of tough children out here, and Jimmy never passed judgment, always looked for the positive in a lot of the kids in the neighborhood, and helped for the seniors. Many times Jimmy would come up to my office and say, the senior did something. And I'd look, I'd have 3 hours behind on grants. I would be saying, but you know what? He made what was important, what the agency's all about. He said, stop and recognize the people, because you know what? That's why we're all here today, is because Jimmy stopped each and every time and made sure that you were the only person that he was listening to at that time. So when we talk about Jimmy, we really recognize that that was a true friend in every nature of the definition of friendship. Today, we thought, since Jimmy was the environmentalist and ultimately, you know, he drove his bike everywhere, everyone remembered that. He had a witty sense of humor to him. We thought, what way to remember Jimmy, but not just by one memorial, but planting a tree outside of the community center that was his second home. And we also decided to dedicate this tree to him today, along with a plaque. We actually have one of Jimmy's vests. But today we dedicate this tree. He will always be remembered here at the agency.
Thanks, Larry, very much. And again, so many of us, we knew Jimmy from different walks of life. I mean, some of us were his, you know, friends and coworkers. You know, some of us were his good friends. You know, with Billy Kraft, he'd visit on weekends and go see, you know, spend time with Leighton and go to the cave in Amherst and listen to some music. That's why we had the blues music going, by the way. And I know he's got, again, from different walks of life, that people that just loved him, obviously none more than his family. You know, he's a brother and an uncle. And what we'd like to do now, if it's not confirmed, if they would like to, if Jimmy's sister or relative would like to come up and say a few words, we'd love to hear from you.
Well, as some of you may know, I'm Jim's sister, the sister. I'm a daughter, Cherry. I used to live at Sisters Hospital. I can't be here today. I live in Albany now. But I took the train last night. My sister Mary picked me up. And because I could not be here, because I know that this was Jim's second family. And I know this place was his second home, as was already alluded to. He would always down himself for not taking more days off. He had so many days coming. He said, tell me,
Sorry, Larry.
hundreds of days. But he said, oh, our father, he said, our dad, he said he gave us this awful work ethic.
That's right.
Made us go to work every day. And so anyway, but he talked about this place, and Larry's was in our home. I mean, he just, this place was very, very special to Jim. Jim could have done anything with his life, but somehow years ago he taught swimming. I don't know what really, West Turtle, and I guess there was a problem with the maintenance man before him, and they asked Jim if he'd do it take the job for a while, and he just stayed. He couldn't leave. He loved the seniors. He talked about the seniors, and I'll tell you, when at Jim's wake, I was so touched by the seniors who approached me and said how he'd be biking to this sister's wake and this relative, and how I had no idea how many lives we did. I don't think we knew Jim was well liked, but we never realized the magnitude and the number of people he had touched. He just loved the seniors. We all, in fact, the 5 of us all worked with seniors at one time in our lives. We had wonderful grandmothers, and he just had an affinity for the elderly, and that's why he never left his parents. He couldn't leave the homestead. But we're most grateful today for this remembrance. It's like part of Jim is going to be here in a physical way. I know his spirit's here, and may the joy he brought to each and every one of you remain in your hearts forever. God bless you
Amen.
all. Thank you.
Thank you.
so much.
Amen.
I want to point out when we talked about swimming at West Hurdle, and a lot of people, you know, Jimmy was a great athlete, one of the best athletes to come out of Western New York. Joe Pops can certainly talk about his tennis prowess. What people don't remember, Jim had set swimming records at Riverside High School in Buff State that still stand. He was a great swimmer. So that Jimmy, there was so much to Jimmy that you know, made him such a special person, and made him so dear to our hearts. What I'd like to do now, and this isn't necessarily on the agenda, but if anybody would like to say a couple words, I know it's cold, but if anybody would like to say something, you are at this point welcome to do so. And I'll give you 10 seconds to think about it, but otherwise I do want to let you know we do have a reception that's in the senior dining area, which is in that door, and then towards the back we're going to have some coffee and pastries, and everybody is welcome to join us there. So again, if anybody would like to say a few words, come on up.
Well, I guess I'm already up, so I gotta say a couple words. I'm Jimmy's next door neighbor. I'm the Channel 4 guy. Probably he's talked to some of you about me, and he was my brother, like a brother to me, you know. And he's terribly missed on Avery. He had a key to my house. He, you know, in and out, took care of my dogs. You know, he'd be eating breakfast or I'd leave. He'd close the door on the way out, you know. But you know, Jimmy not only loved people, but he brought people together. I mean, people that never would have been together. Jimmy was a catalyst for bringing people together, and I just miss him terribly. And you know, and I got a plant that was his, and you know, Jimmy had a barbed sense of humor too. He didn't pull any punches, you know. And he's got this kind of plant with these thorns on. I got it from the house when they were cleaning it out. And every time I go to move it, I get pricked by one of the thorns. And I look up and it's next door and I shake my fist. So. God bless you all, and it's good to see everybody here.
I think maybe if I could say something,
Come on over, Ken.
Jimmy would say, okay, obvious, knock it off, Beyonce, let's get it over.
That's right.
Okay, well, it looks like that's it. This is the conclusion to our ceremony. Again, thanks so much, everybody, for coming and showing your love and support and friendship for our good friend who we miss every single day. We hear him in the halls, believe me.
Amen.
So thank you, and everybody's walking through the reception to the back. Really?
So that's going to replace flat. That's nice. Up the angle.
Oh, yeah. Nice job.
I didn't think it was that cold, so you're standing here.